Hey, what's going on, YouTube? Right back at you again. You know who it is. None other than yours truly, Brother Kedwin. And today I'm on here I'm not doing nothing real special or touchy or any of that. I'm just discussing some general facts about what the effects of religion is and what it does. Um, I'm just going to be covering some general information, because like I'm sure a lot of you know that there's a lot of biblical information out here, religious information, should I say. Uh, a lot of different interpretations, as they say, different translations, and you know, me myself, I'm more with transferring something than I am. I'm more comfortable with transferring something than I am translating it, because when it gets translated, who's ever doing the translating can change things. They can add to and take away. And so that's the part that I don't like, because whoever the author is of the information, they're speaking from their point of view. So at that point, I'm saying all of it's going to be different. Because if that fact weren't so, why is it that out of all of these similar stories and similar interpretations, none of them are identical? Excuse me, let me slow down. But I'm gonna start today with I'm gonna go back some hundreds of thousands of years ago and talk about the Sumerian text. You know, which is supposedly the oldest. And the first. I can't really say. I do research, but I haven't researched that far to know, and that's because I haven't been there yet. I haven't took a plane over there to that country over there in what it's now called Egypt. Haven't been there yet, but I surely plan on it. I surely would like to. But anyway, I'm not gonna say that I know for sure on anything, because I really don't. I'm just researching. I'm checking out things and I'm speculating. But in that text, the Sumerian text, it talks about a lot of different information. It tells you about gods from the heavens, um, and of course, I'm sure the word that was used was Elohim. I don't think that's what the Sumerians called it, but in the Quran and in the Torah, it's referred to as Elohim, which means plural, means more than one God, gods. I'm just saying that in that Sumerian text, it covers a lot of different information. Tells you about how the gods came down from heaven and how they crossbred with mankind, how they did some creations of their own, which I'm sure some of you may have heard the term Anunnaki before. The Anunnaki is who we're speaking of right now. And there's a lot of people who X out that information, and say they don't believe any of that, and even in that text, there's a story of a flood, there's the Noah myth. That's in Sumerian text also, and also there's a story of like a Christ. There was a good brother and there's an evil brother. The evil brother would be, I believe, Set, or I can't really remember the exact pronunciation, but that character was later still confirmed as Setin, which is what is referred to today as Satan. I would say the spirit of Baphomet. This image, some kind of way, it's all tied in there together through Freemasonry, but I'm not gonna state no lies. If I can speak on facts, I'm gonna leave it alone. But I'm just throwing a few things out there at you. But Set, and I believe it's a Newt. If it ain't a Newt, it's an Enki. Now I know Enki was supposed to be the creator, the God of creation and wisdom, which is like the heavenly Father. And then he has a wife in the Sumerian text, which is Nema, Nama, and this is the creator's wife, the mother goddess, Nema. This is from Sumerian text, and I've read it, and a lot of it I mean, some of it makes sense to me, just as much as I guess the King James Version does, or the Quran, or any of the rest of them. But my point today is I'm just saying, what's the end result out of all the different ones? Because none of the text is identical. None of them agree on the exact same points. But they believe in a God. They all believe in what they believe in. They say their belief is correct and all the other ones are wrong. But to me, in my opinion, the end result of that is confusion. You know, to me, the end result of that is separation. Separation of the human race causes conflict. And then let's keep it moving to the next would be Judaism. Judaism has a story of, I'm sure everybody knows, out of the Torah, uh, Genesis, the book of Genesis, story of Moses, the first five books of Moses. Then, and they speak of I know the Judaism speak of a Christ, Yeshua, and Yahweh. You know, um, Once again, there's a creator and there's a Christ, but in this one, it's the Son. But if you go to back to from Sumerian text and you go to ancient Kemet text, they have their information about Osiris, which is the father, and then they have the son, Sun, which is Horus, and then they have Mother Goddess also, which is Isis. But once again, this is all different text, but very similar. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I'm saying which one who we say is correct or do we feel is right? Because the end result of it is all, I mean, confusion. Because and I believe there is a heavenly creator. If you ask me today, do I know who it is or what it is? I'm gonna say no, I don't exactly know. That's just me being honest. I'm not afraid to admit that I really don't know. I mean, I'm sure somewhere in our spirit we want to speculate. We want to feel like we do know. As man, I believe, especially with the government, because to me, what's going on is the government, I believe they have a good idea on some of the mysteries to this life. And I believe that they are manipulating them. They know some more answers than we know. And this is why all governments allow religion. It is for control and the end of it all. That's what the tactic is for. It is for control. And, I just like bringing out different information, and I just named a few, a few of the main ones, you know what I'm saying? Like in Western world today, Western world reality, you got the Judaism, you got the Islam, the Muslims, and Christianity, which we all know those three main religions of the Western world. They're the ones who got all the money and control all of the money. You got your Jews who got Hollywood. They created Hollywood. They run Hollywood. Some of them even tied into the music industry. Then you have your Christians who own all the other stuff. They own Procter and Gamble, and I can go on and on and on. But then you have your Arabs who got all the oil, and the gas stations over here and liquor stores. So I'm just saying, those three main Western world governance systems, they control all the money. And they all Freemasons. Don't let me leave that part out. So I'm just saying, if we go back from Sumerian text to Kemet text, from Kemet text to Hebrew text, which is Greek, which is from Greek, which is European, and from Greek to Latin, and from Latin to English, hey, you come up with different translations and different meanings out of all of it, and that's just what I wanted to bring out today. And I'm gonna keep it moving here, and I'm gonna say, I hope everybody understand on what my point is today. What the end result is of religion is confusion and separation of the human race. That's what my message is today. And as usual, I hope everybody listening today have a good day, a blessed day, and a good night. Y'all come back now again, you hear?